Hey guys, Mark here. Well, welcome along again today to Dearden Motorcycles, and today we're taking out the stunning Aprilia Rs 660. Stay tuned and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Well, hey guys, Mark here, and welcome along today to a review on the Aprilia Rs 660. Let's take a look round and just run through the specifications. And first off, many thanks to Dearden Motorcycles here in the south of England for lending me this bike today. I'll put a link to their website in the description. So price on these, they're coming in at £10,150, which I think for the level of sophistication and electronics you're getting on this bike is a pretty good price. These have a 659cc liquid cooled double overhead cam parallel twin, and that's got the 270-degree crank on this, which gives it that lovely V-twin sound and feel. More of that later. These are Euro 5, and these can also be bought in an A2 license compatible engine. They've got a claimed 100 horsepower at 10,500 RPM. That should be around about 90 horsepower at the rear wheel. It's a bit more powerful, this one, than the Tuono 660. That's got about 95, I believe. 67 newton meters of torque at 8,500 RPM. Got a 6-speed gearbox on this, and it comes with an up and down quick shifter, which is a really nice touch. 820mm seat height on this, and it is quite wide. It's very comfortable, very plush. Have a look at me on the bike. I'm 5'7" tall with a 30-inch inside leg. I weigh about 75 kilos. Just see how I fit the bike as a reference for yourself. I can't quite get my feet down to the floor. Weight on these are coming in at 183 kilos wet weight, so nice and light. Got a 15-litre fuel tank, and these are parallel twin engines, are very economical, giving around about 60 to the gallon UK if used in normal conditions. Tyres on these, 120 on the front, 180 on the rear, 17-inch wheels. And they come with the brilliant Pirelli Diablo Corsa 2s. Top speed on these, round about the 145 mile an hour mark. So this has the full electronics package, 6-axis IMU, cornering ABS. We've got Aprilia's APRC system, which has the traction control, wheelie control, cruise control, quick shifter, and the engine braking. It's got 5 riding modes, 3 fixed and 2 custom. Beautiful full colour TFT. Self-cancelling indicators. Got these very nice daytime running lights, which have integrated indicators as well. Forks on these, courtesy of Kayaba. Very, very good forks. Looks like we've got preload and rebound and compression there. Very strong Brembo brakes. Preload adjustable rear shock in there. So this nice thing about this is it's not gone the full extreme riding position, so you've got the clip-ons there are on top of the top yokes, and it's got a nice proper sports position that most people can fit, so it's nice that Aprilia have done that. 6,000 mile service intervals, and 3 very nice colours: red, black and gold. There we are, guys, let's do the test ride. Okay, Aprilia Rs 660. So not too bad, swing a leg over. It is quite a tall bike for me at 5'7". I'm not flat-footed, so do bear that in mind if you're a lot shorter than me. First thing you notice when you sit on it, very, very comfortable seat. It feels very well padded and quite wide as well at the front. So we'll just run through all the controls. So lovely full colour TFT there. You've got your temperature gauge, fuel gauge, currently in dynamic. We've got your rev counter, miles an hour. You've got all your different average speed, fuel consumption, all that sort of stuff. Odometer, trip meters, very nice. Down the bottom you've got your warning lights, at the sides ABS and all that sort of good stuff. All along the top there you got your indicators and all that. So controls wise, we've got a cable clutch, non-adjustable for span. You've got your headlight flashes there, you've got your cruise control, got your menu scroll buttons, indicators, horn. Down there, which is quite easy to miss, you've got your menu button for going into the different riding modes. There's dynamic, individual, commute. Leave it in dynamic. Got your engine start and stop, and you've got your light button there, and you've got the Brembo master cylinder there, adjustable for span, and fully adjustable suspension by the look of it. So let's start her up. So 270-degree crank on this, parallel twin. Absolutely awesome sound. Very, very nice indeed. Right then, let's see what this is like. So very nice smooth clutch with a nice early take. That's good. So straight off, the riding position, it is sporty. It's way more sportier than the Tuono 660. But it's not super extreme like say an R1 or a GSXR. You know, you've got the clip-ons are on the top of the yoke here. So it's just a sports touring position really, very comfortable. Fueling feels very good at this sort of speed. We'll try that out in town in a bit. So we're just in a 30 limit at the moment. We'll just try its fueling, make sure there's no surging or hunting. We're in third gear at the moment, just about 3,000 RPM. And police report there's no nasty surging or hunting in the fueling. So if you had to do some commuting on this, going to work, that sort of stuff, going through towns, cities, it's holding third gear very happily here. We'll just try it into fourth. No, it likes third gear at 30. Feels very, very light, easy to manoeuvre. I mean, the bars aren't wide, obviously they're kind of, you know, sporty clip-ons, but the bike's light enough to be able to feed through. So that's all good through town. So where this bike's going to really be in its element is twisty roads. and very pleased to report it's absolutely everything it's meant to be. The feedback from the chassis is excellent. It's very, very light around the bends. Suspension Kayaba front forks feel great. God, doesn't it make a good noise? I wouldn't change the exhaust if this was my bike. It drives out really well. It's pretty bumpy down here at the moment, and all feels good, nicely damped. It's not crushing over any of the bumps at all. And it just flicks from one side to the other with absolutely minimal effort. Quick shifter is as slick as you could ever want. God, doesn't it go? Right, we'll just quick brake test, nothing behind. Full front brakes. Wow. God, very strong. So currently third gear, 4,000 revs, wide open throttle. So you can see, guys, it's pretty quick. Alright, so let's just take it steady for a bit and just talk through all the various parts of the bike. So the mirrors, they're right out there. Typical sports bike mirrors. I can see half of my elbows and the rest behind, but all in all, very clear mirror. No vibrations there whatsoever. Riding position, sports tourer, leaning forwards slightly. Very, very nice padded seat. Could definitely do some distance on this, I think. My legs are cramped up quite a way, but not in a bad way, and nice cutouts in the tank. I think if you were 6 foot tall, you'd be fine with this. There's pretty much lots of room left there, so that's all good. So the whole kind of TFT cockpit area, very nice to look at, nice and bright. I can see my speed, gears and revs all very easily. But it's just the flexibility of this engine, guys. I mean, fourth gear now, look, wide open. It just goes. With that amazing soundtrack with the 270 crank. So we'll just try the down blipper. 4, 3, 2, very nice. Second gear. Wow. Okay, so just coming onto a dual carriageway now, opening it up. Oh, doesn't it go? Very, very impressively fast. So we're just going to try out the Aprilia's higher speed cruising ability now. Currently in 6th gear, just over 5,000 RPM. And there's a little tiny buzz coming through the foot pegs, but nothing bad whatsoever. Nothing through the seat. That's very, very comfortable, and virtually nothing coming through the bars. So if you did have to do some longer touring on this, longer distance touring, absolutely fine. The screen's doing a very good job of keeping the wind off me. And the riding position's making total sense now at this higher speed. Very, very nice so far. Suspension, all very good, holding its line exceptionally well. Feels very, very precise. There's quite a lot of crosswind coming at the moment, and it's not affecting it at all. What's just most impressive is this wind-on power. 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. Very impressively fast. Right, we'll just try the cruise control out now. So we hold that, and then we go like that, and we're on cruise now. So there we go. 65, hands-free, 4,500 revs. Very nice. Hold it to turn it off. So far guys, very impressed with the RS 660. It's got loads of performance. I mean, when you think you know, like the MT-07, that's got about 70 horsepower. The Z and the Z 650 is about 65 horsepower. This with about 90 at the rear wheel is very, very fit. So very, very good. It's just so much fun. This would be an absolute weapon round a racetrack. So downshifter now, very, very smooth, very strong Brembos. Second gear, just winding it out. So we're currently in dynamic, which is a nice throttle response. It's not too sharp, to be honest. I've tried it in the other two and they're just a little bit softer as well, a bit more mild. So far guys, very impressed with this RS 660. Electronics package is absolutely superb. The engine is a belter, it sounds amazing, it's very flexible. The chassis, brakes, all the quick shifter works very well all together. So all in all, a fantastic bit of kit. Alright guys, we just wrap this up over here. Nice little quiet spot. Well, that was a right blast, that was. Really enjoyed that. So let's just see what it's like into neutral. There's your neutral, there's your first, and neutral. Right, we'll just leave it running. We can just have a look at the headlight on high beam with the indicators going. So that's a neat touch. The indicators are integrated in there. So that's your high beam. Looks pretty smart, doesn't it? Right, quick little sound check. Lovely. Let's give you one more little look at that dash. So we've averaged around about 60 to the gallon on today's trip. So pretty economical for a performance engine. So guys, what's your thoughts on the Aprilia Rs 660? Something you'd consider getting? Very nice bit of kit that. So just run through it all again. So really nice front end, LED lights all integrated, I like that. Brilliant tyres as standard. Excellent KYB suspension on the bumpy roads here in the UK. They work really well, very compliant. Top notch Brembo brakes. 6,000 mile service intervals on these. Absolute knockout punchy engine. When you think that's got about a good 90 horsepower ish at the rear wheel, that's right at the top of its class in terms of its power output. Nothing unfortunately under the seat there, I've taken that off, no storage at all. This one's had a very nice R&G tail tidy fitted. So very, very comfortable seat that. Very plush, very padded. It's quite tall. Have a look at me in the cutscene. You've got clip-ons above the top yokes here, so it's not a super extreme position. Sports touring, you could definitely do some touring on this. See what it's like to push off the side stand. So it's about 185 kilos wet. It's very light off the side stand and very easy to push around. So that's nice. So as slick as you could ever get. Quick shifter works perfectly well on the up and the down. All the build quality looks nice. So yeah, all in all guys, a very nice middleweight sports bike, not too extreme. You could use it on a daily basis. Looks very smart in my opinion, sounds brilliant, and pretty well priced when you think you're getting the full electronics package on this, whereas you don't get all the electronics on the Tuono, and the Tuono's only a few £100 cheaper. So I think this is probably the better value, but you may like the Tuono. See my review on that, I'll put that a little link up there now for you. But if sports bikes are your thing, definitely give one of these a try, I would. Alright then guys, post your comments down below, please give me a like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you again in a week or two for another review. Ride safe guys, all the best, and bye bye for now.